When it comes to Ellen DeGeneres, she's proof in certain ways that a bad situation can turn out good if you work hard enough. She went from a stand-up comedian to a sitcom star, to being canceled because she came out on it to be an icon on daytime talk show television and is now worth over $400 million. That's not bad at all. But how does she spend all of that money she gets? Allow us to show you. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 7. Porsche Cayenne. You may not realize this about Ellen DeGeneres, but she's a lady who loves cars. And in regards to some of her favorites, that would be the Porsche line of vehicles. She really does love this car brand. So much so that she's gotten multiple kinds of them within her garage, with one of the most expensive ones being the Porsche Cayenne, which cost her about $84,000. And again, that's just one of her cars. She's easily got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of rides across her various homes. The Porsche Cayenne, though, features a twin-turbocharged 4.8-liter V8. Its motor proceeds 550 horsepower, which is a fancy way of saying that this car has some serious speed and pickup. Speed that Ellen has jokingly admitted that she's taken advantage of at certain times. "I really don't speed that much, but I was speeding another time," she said in an interview. The TV host also admitted she got rid of a ticket after the police officer recognized her, which is good for Ellen, but not good for us who can't get out of the ticket that easily. Still, that's a car that most of us would love to speed in, right? Number 6. Beverly Hills Mansion. To say that Ellen has a lot of homes is literally an understatement. It's honestly a life goal of hers, if you will, that she owns a lot of homes because she didn't have that pleasure as a child where her parents could only rent apartments and such. As for where she lives right now, that would be a $45 million two-door-style home in Beverly Hills in California, which you know it has to be good for Ellen to spend $45 million on it. She got the house in 2019, and it's the one you'll see on the Ellen DeGeneres show right now due to the pandemic. It's 10,376 square feet, 5 bedrooms, and has 12 bathrooms. The master suite features a terrace, a lofted ceiling, and a walk-in closet with lots of space. There's also a wood-fired oven, a lounge, and a gorgeous swimming pool outdoors. Fun fact, the house was previously owned by Maroon 5 singer Adam Levine, who is known to have a very close relationship with Ellen. Number 5. First-class travel. This one shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but we mention it here because of how Ellen feels about flying in airplanes. Mainly, she loves first class and refuses to go anywhere else in the plane when she flies, to the extent that she once joked in an interview that she doesn't know how far the seats go back in the back of the plane because she's always in first class. Which, if we're being honest, is a mindset most wish they could have because many dream of flying first class and yet aren't able to. But for Ellen, she can afford it anytime she wants. Number 4. Her wife. Ellen DeGeneres may have had some struggles in getting the acknowledgement and the recognition of her orientation, but eventually she got what she needed when she met and married Portia de Rossi. The two have been together since 2008, and despite reports to the contrary, they are very happy together, which means Ellen has all the motivation in the world to go and spoil her wife, which she does on the regular. When they're not traveling together, which we'll get to, she's showering her with gifts, taking her to various mansions. They even own a ranch that they fixed up together, and so on and so forth. They've even done commercials together, which must have been a very fun experience. Either way, Ellen really does care about Portia, and so long as they're together, she's going to spoil her wife. Number 3. Vacations. Who hasn't had the desire to just pack up and go anywhere in the world on a whim, or spend a week or two in an exotic location? Well, Ellen understands that desire. And so every summer, her and wife Portia go out on extravagant vacations. They particularly like Europe and have spent a lot of time there, which means they've also spent a lot of money there. But if they want to, they'll go to other continents, such as when they went to Kenya and Africa and did a lot of good there while also having fun. You can of course imagine all the things that they did, but also can imagine the high-end hotels, rooms, food, and more that they had on their journey. Plus, as mentioned, they only fly first class, so they're spending big money before they ever even reach their destination. Number 2. Watch collection. We all have our little hobbies and vices, but for Ellen, it might not be what you expect, as she loves spending lots of money on getting new and fancy watches. In 2018, she gave an interview to the Jerry Springfield Netflix show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, and she appeared to be wearing a Rolex that cost $175,000. Just for one watch. And that's not her only expensive watch, nor is that the most expensive one she's bought. She has a collection that features a Rolex Yachtmaster 40 Everose, a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day Date, a Patek Philippe Grand, and a Patek Philippe Aquanaut Travel Time. So yeah, clearly Ellen loves watches. Number 1. Charity. While many have called into question Ellen's character in regards to how she treats people on her show, there is honestly little question that she does charitable work, because it can be proven in the greatest of ease. She donated $50,000 for military families living in poverty, $1 million to help the Hurricane Harvey victims, $25,000 for scholarships, and the list goes on. Ellen wants to help people, and she recognizes that she has the wealth to do so, and thus she does. And if for some reason she doesn't feel like just giving out money herself is a good look or idea for one reason or another, there are always factors in things like this. She's more than willing to reach out to various companies to do it on her behalf. This is why certain guests get sponsored things like money or items and so on. Plus, with Ellen promising to do better on her show, you can bet that she'll be doing even more charity work going forward. So there you have it, everyone. A look at the various things that Ellen DeGeneres spends her millions on. Which of these were you most amazed about in terms of how much she spent on things? Do you expect her to spend even more as the pandemic lightens up? What do you think will be her next big purchase? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.